Surprise Visits, A Christmas Story by David Van Minne. What is Christmas? Why do we give gifts at Christmas time? Christmas started with some surprise visits. It is the story about a great and powerful king. It is the story of when he was born. It is the story of the greatest gift ever given. That's why everybody gives gifts at Christmas time. Many people don't even remember why. But the stars keep telling the message, and the ancient writings too. A long time ago, somewhere deep in Asia, great wise men studied the night sky, looking for answers. They used their deep magic. They mapped the stars with great care. They found a mysterious message displayed in the stars. A great king will be born, and he will be the king of all kings. It will be in the mountains, near the sea, in a humble place, not far from Egypt. The wise magicians got ready for a long trip. They would find where he was born. They would pay him a visit, a surprise visit. They went to welcome the king. They came to Israel and went to the capital city. Its name is Jerusalem. They met the king there. His name was Herod. They talked about the new baby king that was coming soon. They looked at the old writings. They studied together. They learned together. The books said that the Messiah king will be born in Bethlehem. Herod said to himself, "I am king. Me. That baby must die." But Herod said to the wise men, "When you find him, please tell me, so I can bow to him too." But his secret plan was to kill him. A long time ago, in the mountains, near the sea, in a humble place, not far from Egypt, was a little country called Israel, a little town called Nazareth. There was a girl. She was a good girl. Her name was Mary. She believed in God. She had a boyfriend named Joseph. He was a good guy. They were planning to get married. One day, Mary got an amazing surprise visit. Who came to talk to her? An angel. She was really scared. But the angel said, "Don't be afraid. God really loves you. You're going to have a special baby boy. You will give him the name Jesus. He will also be called the Son of the Most High God, because God will be his father. He'll be very great, a king forever and ever." Mary believed the angel. Mary told Joseph about the special baby God had put in her tummy. Joseph did not believe her. He thought Mary was lying to him. He was angry and sad. He didn't want to be her boyfriend anymore. He didn't want to marry her. Then Joseph got a surprise visit from an angel too. In a dream, The angel said, "Do not be afraid to marry Mary. In her tummy there is this very special baby boy who was put there by God Himself. You must name him Jesus. He will save His people from their sins." Joseph believed the angel. So Joseph married Mary. In these days, the strongest king was in Rome. Everybody listened to him. He said he wanted to count all the people. He wanted to write down all their names. So everybody had to go to their hometown for that. The baby was growing big in Mary's tummy, but Joseph had to take a long trip to get to his hometown, a town called Bethlehem. Mary went with him. Many other people had come to Bethlehem at that same time. Every motel was full. There was no room for them. And suddenly the baby was coming. Nobody would help Joseph or his poor wife. "It's time! The baby's coming now!" Joseph had to do something quickly. He found a barn for animals and went in there. Mary had the baby in the hay near the animals. They wrapped him up nice and snug. They laid him in a feeding trough. At this time, outside of the town, out in the dark fields, there were some shepherds watching over their sheep and keeping them safe. It was dark and quiet. Here comes another surprise visit. Suddenly there was a bright light in the sky, and there was an angel. The shepherds were afraid, very afraid. But the angel said, "Don't be afraid. I have good news that will make all people very happy. Today in Bethlehem, the Lord and Savior is born. And this is how you will know which baby it is. He'll be wrapped in cloths and laying in an animal's feeding trough." Then suddenly the whole sky was full of angels, and they all called out, "Hooray for God! God is great! He is wonderful! Peace on earth! Good news for everyone!" Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. After the angels were gone, the shepherds said, "Let's go to Bethlehem right now and see this baby." So they hurried into Bethlehem and found Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus, just like the angels had told them. The shepherds worshipped the baby king. What a surprise visit! Then they went out and told everyone in town what had happened that night. That same night, the wise men from Asia came into town. They found the baby king and worshipped him too. Then they gave gifts: gold for a king, myrrh for a mortal, and incense for a god. Then they told Joseph and Mary to run away with their baby, because Herod's soldiers are coming to kill him. So they went right away. Later, the soldiers came, and they killed every baby in town. It was a terrible thing. So sad for so many. But Joseph got away with his family. The baby king was safe. They went to Egypt and stayed for years until they heard that the bad King Herod was dead and gone. This is the story of the first Christmas, full of surprise visits. Angels, shepherds, wise men, soldiers, and the biggest surprise visit was from God, who sent his own Son to the world for us.